Hello, hello. My master class is starting soon. Hello. Oh, my master class. I have there we go. I've got the live stream up on my phone for the Facebook page, the Joy Space. Welcome to the last class in the series. Oh, okay, I think I've got all my distractions taken care of. Okay, welcome. Well, we've got, yay, our faithful Crystal is here. Thank you for coming. So let's switch to our speaker. All right, everybody, welcome to the last in the series of this masterclass. I'm going to give you, and I have been giving you, some of my best tips and tools to overcome stress, procrastination, overwhelm, and lack of focus. So if you haven't caught those, make sure you either go to YouTube, my Svensson Hypnosis channel under playlist masterclasses, and you can find them there. Or you can go to my website, SvenssonHypnosis.com, and you can also catch up on them there. And I'll have them up for a while. And again, if you're watching the live stream, make sure that you stay till the end and comment, I want to win at the end of the class, because we are going to take all the people that participated and came live, or they watched the live stream in the Joy Space, and we're going to pick a name for my Joyful Abundance course. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Sharon Svensson, Svensson Hypnosis. I've been a practicing board certified hypnotherapist since 2006. I have worked with a couple of thousand clients over the years, helping them feel good, and as a result, achieve some amazing things in their life. So for instance, clients have claimed health conditions that were labeled incurable, that it turned it around. Hey, Fawn, I'm so glad you're here. I guess she can't hear me probably yet because she's connecting. People have turned around. And is everybody seeing just my speaker of me right now? Is that what's going on? But put a thumbs up if that's what you see.
I see myself too.
Oh, but just a little,
yeah,
a little you. Okay.
Let me me.
Wasn't going for that, but that's okay. just so you know, that this is being streamed live to the Facebook group, and people are going to see the replay, and it's being recorded. So I just want you to know, so don't pick your nose or do anything like that, or change your clothes. That happened to a friend who did that when she was giving a live webinar before it started. All right, so we'll get back. So clients have claimed all kinds of different things, from just feeling more peaceful, overcoming things like panic and anxiety, overcoming addictions, and coming back into their place of freedom. And in this class, for the beginning part, we're going to focus for the first 45 minutes or so on giving you tips and tools to overcome stress, overwhelm, procrastination, and lack of focus. And again, if you haven't caught the replays, make sure you go to SvenssonHypnosis.com on my website, and you can catch them there, or go to my YouTube channel, Svensson Hypnosis, and I have my masterclass playlist. All right, so this class is going to stand alone. Let's see. We will put you guys on gallery. And Crystal, would you mind sharing some of the different positive things that you've gotten from the prior master class? So we're kind of reviewing a little bit of some of the tools that we use. Do any of them stand out for you that we did?
Yes. One of the big takeaways I had, I think, was from the first master class, where instead of just listing things, that that I appreciate, like thinking about gratitude. Instead of like kind of going down the list, to take a moment and connect with how I feel about that appreciation, taking my sigh breath and really letting that soak in, because I noticed after you pointed that out, I realized that I am more of a list maker. And so my gratitude really wasn't sinking in when I was trying to reflect on what I do appreciate. And so that has been really big for me.
I love that. And it's just so normal that we think that if we just say the words that we're going to that place. But this is all about feeling good and not looking to have outside conditional things make us feel good, but to know that power is always within us. And how we're going to get there is we're going to practice feeling good. I'm going to give you tools to get to that beautiful place. And why do we want to feel good? Well, first of all, feeling good is just the best manifestation that you can have. And from that place of feeling good, our bodies can heal and restore and rejuvenate. That if you exercised all the time, your muscles would break down. That we have, when we're in the stress, that fight or flight brain mentality, our ability to heal turns off. Thank goodness we do have distractions. We do relax sometimes and we go into sleep. But feeling good can improve your health. Feeling good not only feels good, but when you do, you're going to be more open and receptive to receive support, to receive answers, not to have to prove yourself or fight against the world. It's a beautiful open state of discernment so that you no longer have to have boundaries, because from a place of feeling good, and don't take my word for anything because words don't teach, life experience teaches. So before I continue, let's start off with the tool that's throughout all the master classes. Masterclass 1, Masterclass 2, and Masterclass 3A and B, because I goofed up and I did 2 different times, but that's okay. Now there's more loving. So you can go back and you can continue to practice those tools. We start off doing waking hypnosis, self-hypnosis. Take a beautiful sigh breath. I think we all know how to do that. And I love that. Allow yourself to be noisy, to really, but you don't have to be. You can do it quietly to really let go. And go ahead, Fawn, could you mute yourself? That way you can be super noisy. All right, once again. Just totally let go. So what we're doing with this tool is we're starting with a sigh breath, and then I'm going to help you start to attach beautiful feelings to the sigh breath so that it triggers good feelings. And you can override those negative patterns of thought. You can override overwhelm. Soon as you start to feel an uncomfortableness, this is a beautiful tool to use to bring you back into that place of centeredness and peace. So once again, I'm going to guide you through it this time. Do the beautiful sigh breath. And on the exhale, close your eyes and imagine shoulders start to let go, to relax. A feeling that it is safe to let your limbs go loose, comfortable, lazy. Go ahead, open up your eyes, take another beautiful sigh breath. And on the exhale, closing your eyes, and let's feel a beautiful wave of physical relaxation and mental peace. So a feeling of maybe a beautiful ray of sunshine flooding your body on a comfortable day where the temperature feels just right, bringing a softness, a peacefulness to your brain. Open up your eyes, take a beautiful sigh breath. And on the exhale, just kind of feel everything sink, drop, relax. You can close your eyes, you can keep them open, because this is a tool that we want to be able to use with our eyes open. We want to be able to use this tool as we walk around, as we engage in life. Once again, take that beautiful breath and see if you can actually feel how your body sinks and drops and relaxes. See if you can't feel a spaciousness come into your body. Maybe you feel your neck relax, loosen, drop. Maybe you just kind of let your shoulders completely and totally go limp. And once again, take that sigh breath. And on the exhale, let's imagine a beautiful river of light. So a sense of just this energy, like a rain, a deluge of well-being, a deluge of softness and love, tenderness coming from the top of your head, like flooding and flowing through the facial muscles, relaxing the jaw, dropping the body, bringing a gentleness, tenderness into your chest, and a beautiful river of light just flowing through your body. Opening up your eyes. And if you feel any kind of uncomfortableness or you're not going to a beautiful, relaxed state, so what? Welcome to the human race. We are trained up in our culture for the most part to be on guard, to protect ourselves. And that can mean a tense body. That can mean a body that sometimes doesn't even remember what it feels like to feel relaxed and at peace. But I promise you, you do know how to do this. You were born with it. You were born with the ability to relax and feel good. And when you come back into that place of feeling good, just kind of let's, before I go there, take a beautiful deep breath. Just kind of feel things settle, relax, and feel if that feels true. When I feel good, it feels right. This is where I'm meant to live. It's like coming home into who you are. And when you don't feel good, it feels wrong. Opening up your eyes. So just taking the intent and showing up for yourself and doing this technique, it's going to get you there, even if you don't feel anything in the beginning. It's like, yes, you're saying, I am willing to feel good. I am willing to relax and let go and let life feel more light. I'm willing to go to a place where life feels more like a flow and effortless and easy. So once again, take that beautiful breath. And on the exhale, just feel everything drop, relax. Imagine that beautiful river of light coming from above. Maybe you experience it different, but feel a sense almost on the exhale, like not only does your body drop, but your energy, it gets lighter, softer, freer. And that's a good sign, Crystal. If you're yawning, that's a really beautiful sign that you're letting go, that you're relaxing. And just keep doing that sigh breath and let things settle and drop and relax. Go ahead and open up your eyes. So hopefully she's coming back in, that maybe she lost internet connection. So how does that feel? You've been doing the tool, Crystal, now this is the 4th class. Are you is it starting to come in more quickly? Are you using it in your daily life?
Yeah, I actually should have used it earlier today and then didn't until after I realized I was a little anxious, but then I started to do my side breath. So I already started to kind of calm down, and I was like, yay, I'm so glad for this master class today, because you're going to create more space for us so that I can continue my side breath and completely relax. And then I had that yawn. It's the first yawn I've had doing my side breath.
Yeah,
So
and the
I feel
more
like that's
you do
progress.
it, the better you're going to get at it. And that's why it is so beautiful if you can do things every day to keep it into the forefront of your mind that I want to feel good. I have a tool. So the more you practice it, the more that it's going to come in and be effortless and easy, because we've been trained up truly to ignore our emotions. And on our last masterclass, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Hopefully you can see, we talked about the emotional guidance scale. And for those of you that signed up for the class, to come online, you'll get it in the replay, and you'll have that to look at. And I also posted it in the joy space. That so often when people go to a place of numbness or apathy, it's a place where it's almost like you can't identify, you can't sift through where it all started or where it came from. And you might have experienced different times where it seems like a bad mood comes out of nowhere, but it really doesn't. That our thoughts dictate our feelings, they dictate our emotions. And you can prove that to yourself, because again, don't take my word for it. Words don't teach, life experience teaches. So I ask, and I'll say this a lot, kind of feel if that feels true. So let's go ahead and take that sigh breath again. And on the exhale, just imagine things settle, draw the mind open, receptive. Feel a sense of freedom, that you are so free to let go what doesn't resonate or feel right. So you can just let it beat off you like water off a duck's back. But feel yourself open and receptive, like a dry sponge placed in water. Again, you don't have to push it or force it. You can just let it soak in and feel if that's true. When you think of thoughts of maybe playfulness or joy, you go to memories that felt good, that you start to feel lighter, softer, freer. But it depends on where you're starting out on the emotional guidance scale. So you can see, if you want to open up your eyes, that hopelessness, depression, apathy, and numbness are pretty much at the bottom. They are at the bottom. So that you might feel a little bit of relief when you go to feelings like anger, revenge, fear. It's got a little bit more energy and a little bit more movement. And why this chart can be so helpful is because oftentimes, just kind of like what Crystal shared, I didn't really recognize right away that it was starting to develop and kind of get more out of control. And that's so normal, because we didn't think we could do anything about it often. It's like we thought that it was other people. Well, they just need to treat me the right way. They just need to do the right things. I just need to have the perfect conditions in my life, and then I'm happy. This is so powerful because none of us have the perfect conditions. We're always going to want to improve. We want more. People aren't always psychic and read our minds and say and do what we want them to do. And sometimes they're involved in their own lives. So that how powerful if you can go to that feel-good place on your own, no matter what. And I have experienced the transition of my dad, him going through sickness, and him, what I call transitioning to pure positive love and light, what others might say died. And I was able to have so many beautiful moments. So I'm not saying I didn't go down the emotional guidance scale, but I didn't stay there. And I was able to work my way up and to really be there for him, to really be present, so that no matter what is going on in your life, it is so worth it to work up the emotional guidance scale. My knowing is our happiness set point is not set. It can be changed. You can make yourself happier. I've seen my clients make themselves happier, that we are born to continue to evolve, to move forward and learn. And that means making mistakes. That means not having it all figured out. So take a look. And before we do, let's do our hypnosis technique, our waking hypnosis. Take that sigh breath. And on the exhale, just feel yourself relax, let go. And go ahead and open up your eyes. And look at this chart. I know the words are pretty tiny, so hopefully you can read it. But this was so encouraging to me when I noticed that there's different topics that I did hang out lower on the emotional guidance scale. And there were other topics where I was higher up. So for instance, in the past master classes, I talked about different things that threw me off track, like fear of not having enough money, overwhelm in doing my taxes. And I used to hang out probably between hopelessness and frustration, I would say somewhere in there. And now if I do go to hopeless, depression, apathy, or numbness, I can't remember if I've even gone there about those topics. But if I do go there, then it's real brief. Because with the tools, you can turn things around and redirect to the softer, lighter thoughts. So that now I'm more likely hanging out in frustration, irritation, impatience, and pessimistic is more my bottom. And then sometimes enthusiasm and eagerness. And I'm just going to be honest with you, I probably don't go to enthusiasm or eagerness too often, but I can go to a place of contentment where I line myself up to get my paperwork and taxes done, and more I line up with it and I feel at peace. So to give yourself permission that you're not going to get there all at once, that it can be kind of like going up the rungs of a ladder. It can be tough unless you've engaged your muscles to jump up and catch the top rung. But people have been able to do that, to go from and I know I have too, the kind of the lower rungs, and from practicing it, have those joyful muscles exercised so that you can grab up to those higher joyful feelings. And today, our new tool that we're going to introduce, so go back if you want to the other master classes, if you want to get more information on the emotional guidance scale. And I'm going to go ahead and stop our share, and we're back, and let's practice a new tool. So we can use that wonderful waking hypnosis in a way that we can kind of direct it. And who needs feelings of lightness and softness more than anyone? People that are feeling serious, people that are feeling overwhelmed, people that don't have that focus, or they're beating up on themselves because, well, why aren't I getting this done? Why am I not doing it? What's wrong with me? You need more than anything some lightness, some softness, some playfulness. So we're going to use the tool today, that self-hypnosis, waking hypnosis tool, to direct to playfulness, to open up, to go to that allowing state. And even though it seems contrary, if you include times in your life to go to that place of softness and playfulness, like before I did this, I listened to some music and I did this flow arts called Poi to take me, because it takes me often to a joyful, expansive, feel-good place. And it's the same thing using this self-hypnosis technique. We think, oh, I don't really have the time. I've got to get things done. As my husband will say, go slower to go faster, to be thoughtful, to be mindful, to take the time to line up with a centered and peaceful place. And even though I had a million things to do on my list today, and I didn't know how I was going to get it all done, I still don't know how I'm going to get it all done. A friend came in from town and I took the time to connect up and visit with her, and we laughed, and it just, uplifted my spirits. And when I got back, I got so much more done. So that be open to the joy, no matter what's going on in your life, to not take things so seriously. That when my dad was dying, it felt good to joke with him, to laugh, to go to that playful place, because who needs that joy more than somebody that's feeling anxious or fearful? I tell this story. One of the participants in local joy shops that I did years ago came to me and said, Sharon, I've got this friend dying of cancer, and it is just so awful to go visit her. We both end up crying. We both end up feeling miserable, but I really want to be there to support her. So I don't want to give those up. And I asked her, well, what are you talking about when you go there? Well, the first thing I do is I ask how she's feeling. And then she tells me all the terrible things that are going on, the awful symptoms and everything that's going wrong. It's like, well, there's your problem. You're directing to those terrible feelings. And this is a woman that they'd been friends together for over 40 years or something like that. And it's like, you've got some joyful memories that you could go to. She needs to be uplifted. And that's where our immune systems work the best. And so next time I saw her, she said, oh my gosh, Sharon, we laughed so much. It's completely different. In fact, I'm going there more often, because she was directing to the feel good. And again, I've seen this, but let's do our technique. Let's take a beautiful sigh breath. And on the exhale, just feel yourself drop and relax. You can keep your eyes open, you can close them. And let's go to thoughts. Go to memories that felt playful or fun. It could be a memory when you were a little kid splashing and playing in a pool. It could be a memory of just laughing so hard, tears came to your eyes. Or it could be just a memory of feeling contented and happy, maybe engaged in a project, but we're going for those light feelings, those good feelings. And open up your eyes. So to give yourself permission to feel good, but again, going back to that emotional guidance scale, sometimes you may not be able to get to those joyful, expansive thoughts because it just feels like too much. But I've seen people go to places of kind of sarcastic or revengeful thoughts that made them joyful and happier. So that I remember years ago when I would get really mad at my husband. And so in my mind, and I did not do this, I would imagine I had this rubber skillet because I really didn't want to do any damage to him. And then in my mind, not out loud to him, I would tell him all about his transgressions. And then I would whack him on the head with my rubber skillet. And it just made me feel so light and good. And from that beautiful place, because once again, we've been talking about this in the other master classes, you want the intent to feel good. You don't want to spin your wheels and just kind of keep going back from anger or hopeless to revenge, to anger, to hopeless, to revenge. We want to use it as a stepping stone to go to better feeling places. And then it would make me giggle. And sometimes I would go through it a couple times and I'd start to feel that relief and that softness. And from that place, I would use other tools like, well, you know, how do you feel supported and loved by him? And then oftentimes I was able to go to a more balanced, centered, and peaceful place and feel good. So you probably notice sometimes you go to a venting place or a sarcastic place and it feels better. Let that be beautiful. But again, we don't have to throw up on another person. oftentimes we think I have to do it with the person in front of me and then I'm going to feel better. And we've been trained up to think that we need to get our relief from others. But to see if you can't play with that and try that and do it for yourself. And again, we think, oh, I need to be validated. Somebody else has to hear my voice or my feelings. Validate yourself. Show up for yourself. Be your own best friend. Because again, everybody's not going to be in that place where they're even available to hear. That nobody, whether it was your significant other or children or parents, they're not supposed to be your God. They're not in charge of, giving you everything and making your life go good. And I've seen this in all these different stressful situations where we're almost trained up to feel miserable. I've worked with clients that have lost a spouse or a child, and to enjoy the freedom of moving up that emotional guidance scale, giving themselves permission to laugh and to feel good again. So once again, go ahead and take a beautiful breath. And as you exhale, just feel everything let go, relax, release, and just feeling lighter, softer, more peaceful. A thought came to me, Crystal. I don't know, you might be a shoo-in for the person that's picked for the Joyful Abundance course. Because I'm going to put, every time you showed up, you get your name put in it. And so she's going to have a lot of names put in, but who knows? I'm going to make the papers so they're all equal size. And I'm going to fold them in the exact same way and then really shake them up well so that yep, whoever's meant to have it is going to unfold and happen. So let's now do what we did before in the other master classes and apply this maybe in something in your life. And it's like, oh my gosh, you have been such a good sport. It's been like the Sharon and Crystal show. We did have some other people yesterday for the classes too, but so would you be willing to do what I call kind of a love seat, and let's apply this tool in our life? Okay, beautiful. So what can you think of, maybe a topic? And again, don't share anything because this is recorded, it's being live streamed, it's being recorded and will be shared with other people. So we don't want to make anybody feel bad or say anything that is untowards about them, but a topic maybe that you can go to that place of feeling so serious. I know sometimes I'll get that way with my business on lists of things that I need to get done. And a new thing will come up, I have to attend to, another new thing will come up, I have to attend to. And I have to remind myself, oh my gosh, Sharon, you're taking this so seriously. Can't you feel that your forehead's getting tight and your shoulders are starting to get tense? It's like, you got to back away. So can you think of anything like that in your own life?
Yeah, I mean, today I'm taking something way too seriously, and I'm trying to work through it because, someone asked me for help through work. I'm the only person in the company that has Japanese listed as a language, and they need a Japanese voiceover just for a placeholder in a TV script because I work for an agency. And I don't, it's no one's going to hear it. It's not a final script. I just have to translate the Japanese. But I'm not fluent. I've been studying it all year, but I have like a little practice speaking it. And they don't care but I'm like, oh, I can't speak it. It's going to be awful. Like, who cares?
I love that. And wasn't I such a good example this week of having all kinds of mistakes and snafus? And it's like, letting it go and not taking myself so seriously, because we are imperfect. And I love that because you've shared that you want to let that go even more, to let go of trying to be perfect.
Mhm.
So what might you tell yourself so that you could let it go and not take it so seriously? You just shared a couple of different things. Oh, don't take yourself so seriously. It's okay if you make mistakes. It's not a big deal. This isn't going to be on, national public radio or breaking edge news, that it's not going to end the world if I get it wrong. So,
Yeah.
so can you think of, so just kind of sit with that for a minute. And now let's almost just go away to a different subject. It's like we're just going to kind of walk away and we're going to go to a playful, joyful memory. Can you think of one? Can you switch directions and think about something?
Mhm.
Is it something you can share?
Yeah,
out?
yeah.
Okay.
One that popped up earlier was playing different like puzzles and board games with my grandma as a kid, because for some reason I would just get so goofy and she'd be like, "You're so goofy," like playing the board games or puzzles with her. It just made me a
Beautiful.
goofball.
Okay, so hold on to the goofball feeling. That's exactly what we're going to go for. So people that are listening, you do the same thing. See if you can't go to a goofy, playful, or just light, joyful memory, whatever takes you to a good feeling space. And as soon as you feel it, take that beautiful breath. And on the exhale, just kind of let your shoulders drop, relax, and like a hot air balloon that untethers, let your feelings just float up to playful, joyful, soft, light, free. Just feel how good that feels. And again, no worries if you're not able to get there. Just showing up and having the intent is the beginning first step. So that's beautiful. You will get there if you keep this up. Opening up the eyes. Were you able to get there to the goofball feeling? So
I think so.
I didn't go to my own feeling. I imagined in my mind you being a goofball, and it just made me so happy. Okay, so now we're going to add another technique to this, so you can kind of play around with this stuff, where we're going to imagine that we start off with that serious feeling, but as soon as you feel a little seriousness, we don't want to stay there. We want to completely go away. We don't want to feed it, because remember, in the other master classes, if you watch them, the mind is accommodating. So that if you're going to where people bring up, hey, remember when we went to the beach? And another friend says, oh yeah. And then all of a sudden people remember beach stories. Well, it's the same thing with, oh, I feel so serious about this. And then it reminds you of other things that you felt serious about. And it can escalate, and your brain can say, oh, I've got all kinds of great memories about that, of you feeling inadequate, you feeling like you're not good enough. It's like, oh, that's what we're going for. So once again, let's just practice that joyful, goofy, playful feeling. Crystal, take a beautiful breath. And as you exhale, just let yourself go there and feel a sense of freedom to go to other goofy, playful, joyful thoughts, to bring in the lightness, the softness. That feeling good is the most powerful manifestation, that we want to start with feeling good. And then, so once again, let's do our sigh breath. See if you can't just settle into a joyful, playful, feel good feeling. Open up your eyes. Are you in a good place? Were you able to go to those good feelings? Okay, so see now if you can direct, because we want to be able to redirect and use this technique when we get off track. And the mind can't tell the difference between what is imagined and what is real. So that we can practice going to kind of these serious thoughts before it happens, to pre-pave the way to redirect to feeling good, especially if it's something that you know triggers you, that you've experienced again and again. So go ahead in your minds, think about something that you feel serious about. And as soon as you do, don't stay there. Take that beautiful sigh breath. And we're going to kind of overlay that seriousness, flush it away with this playful, joyful feeling. Almost like this beautiful river of light, this shower of well-being that we're just going to flood and override that other thought. So the body's starting to drop, to relax, to settle, to feel more comfortable, to feel more peaceful. Go ahead and open up your eyes. Were you able to get there? Was that enough time to get there?
It was.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And if you can have even a minute amount of success, you can have a lot more. And even though sometimes it can feel like you're not having any successes, I give an illustration of a dam in a river where it gets one little tiny hole, and it can feel like it's informidable, it's not going anywhere, there's nothing getting through, but over time, that river is going to start to open it up. Maybe it'll kind of give a crack, and then it gets a little bit bigger. And then eventually it gets to that point of no return where it explodes open. So to trust, not because I say so, but you've got evidence feeling good works better, that you have evidence that fixating and worrying and feeling overwhelmed and feeling a sense of lack of focus or beating up on yourself because you're not getting stuff done doesn't serve you. It's from the place that feeling good, we move forward from inspired actions. It's from the place of feeling good that we no longer hold ourselves accountable to being God and goddesses, where we have to already know it and have it all together, or we don't have to be the God that it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't say the right thing with my friend, or I put my foot in my mouth. And that is so normal. Welcome to the human race, to know that everything is right about you. You came to be your unique, imperfect human self. So once again, let's go ahead and take a beautiful breath. And just feel things settle and relax. And we're just going to spend the next couple of minutes just feeling good, letting go. Once again, do that sigh breath. And on the exhale, feel things settle, drop, relax. Just keep doing the sigh breath at your own pace. Maybe imagine you can feel yourself untether. So it's a sense of just like a hot air balloon that you just leave the weights behind. We're just going to leave the concerns, the weights behind. We're just going to float up to soft, light, peaceful, feel good places. Relaxing, dropping, letting go. Open up your eyes. That all hypnosis is self-hypnosis, that anything that you achieve during this time, you can achieve by yourself, that it just takes practice. And just like anything, I remember learning the flow art of poi, and some of you may not know what the heck that is, but it's moving these balls on ropes around your body in geometric patterns. And I hit myself a lot in the beginning, and that's a good sign. It's like, yay, I'm doing it. I'm learning. That's telling my body, and I used really soft poi, so I didn't hurt myself. Telling myself, oh, that didn't work. Let's correct. And often when you're using base skills, when you're learning base skills, that it can feel like there's no movement in the beginning. It can take time, but this is so worth it. All right. I think we are finished up with this part, and you're going to know so much about my Joyful Abundance course. Our next part is to share. I'm really excited about my Joyful Abundance course that, well, I'll first share my screen and I'll get that up. Let's see. I'm going to have to go to a different page. There we go. So first I'll start off with I thought I had set up the cart close for today, but it turns out I didn't. I set it up for tomorrow. So I'm going to honor that. And you can have one more day up till midnight tomorrow, but officially the Joyful Abundance course does start tomorrow with an introduction, and then people can start to get into the student orientation. So just to let you know that. I just love my Joyful Abundance course. And again, it's about getting happier and then. So not to just create the more abundant life, but to get to that place where you are resilient, where you can have challenges and you can feel good anyway, where you can go to a place of putting yourself out there more, whether it's writing a book or expanding your business, and you have tools to redirect, to let go, and to enjoy the journey. Because what is the point if you're not enjoying your life? And it's not a question of if you're going to go to those places of stress or overwhelm or procrastination. It's how long do you stay there? How quickly can you redirect to that centered and beautiful place? And so in this course, I'm going to give you the foundational mindset so that you can turn things around, where you can raise your happiness set point. And then as a result, you are going to accomplish more goals and more dreams. And that can be different for everyone. So who this course is for is you might be an entrepreneur. And I wrote these up for people that have gone through the course. So when I wrote each one up, I thought about different people that have taken the course and how they turn things around. You might be an entrepreneur and you want to make that bigger impact. You want to step out more, create something bigger. Maybe you want to make more money, attract more clients, but you're held back by your gremlins like perfectionism or not feeling enough or feeling like you don't have the resources or the tools to make it happen. Or you might be just retired and you don't know if you're going to be able to make it on your retirement funds. You have a lot of fears maybe about growing older or feeling like you're no longer going to be relevant, or you're dealing with caretaking of parents or adult children move back and they go through divorces, all kinds of different issues that can throw us off track. Wouldn't it be beautiful to be resilient, to tap into the best of who you are so that you can move forward from that? Or maybe you're a mom and you want to stress less, you want to relax more, and you want to enjoy your life, but you can get kind of sucked up into that survival mode and reactive mode because there's so many moving components going on. And sometimes you can lose your balanced, joyful self. So this is a beautiful one for moms to find their sense of humor again, to figure out different ways so that they can make themselves part of the equation so they can be resilient. Or maybe you're the creative soul who wants to improve your health. Or, oh, there's my doggie. Just a second, I'm gonna let her out. I think that means that my husband is home. So hopefully she'll stop barking. And if not, I have a bark collar I can put on her. But it's your time. Maybe you have the space to do things like develop your intuition, nurture your spirituality, get more creative. And this can be a beautiful course for that. And in my course, I share different examples because these are real life people that have done this course, like Joanne, who she has taken the course since 2017. And as one person said yesterday, wait a minute, why are these people taking the course more than once? Didn't they get everything they needed from the first course? It's like, well, that's a really good question. because we never ever get it done. And oftentimes when you do something like this, you're really putting, I want to feel good as a big intent and the top of your mind. And it can be a beautiful focused time to really go to a more expansive, beautiful place. And there's elements in here like the joy shops that they're live. So they're fresh and they're new each time. And you can keep getting different examples and ways and extra support and help to apply it in your life. And yeah, she's just had some phenomenal successes in her business. She's opened herself up to allow and receive more. And she attracted some huge sums of money and help this last year. And what I love about her is she is such a joyful soul. And that's what she keeps saying. Oh my gosh, Sharon, I've just never been happier. I just have so much joy in my life. We'll skip Kathy, but you can go back and you can read about her. I love Cheryl's testimonial that she started from a place in her business where she wasn't making any money. I think she said she paid for her products, but she had no profit that she was bringing in. And from doing this course, she started to feel like it's like, I am a success in my business. She started to see how it had brought her so many beautiful things, even though money wasn't flowing in. And from that beautiful place of letting go of maybe guilt or shame or not enough, or I'm not up to the task, the doubts and the fears, from that place, she started to take inspired actions. And she did the Joyful Abundance course, and then she went on to do a membership that you can join in afterwards. And she just became the second top salesperson in her district and got the diamond ring for high achievers that her company gives. It's like, oh my gosh. And then last time she was just saying how she's doing all these other inspired action steps and it feels light and she's enjoying it. So I love that. And so I tried to make this course affordable to as many people as possible. And I break down the payments into 6 monthly payments of $127. So hopefully that'll be a nice buy-in for a lot of people. And then if you have the money, you can save some money and you can do a one-time payment and do it up front. And then you get to have the back end membership, and that will start right after the course stops, and you'll get 3 months for free. Oh, I love the success story of Angel, just to tell you a few more. She came to, not everybody keeps repeating it. She came to the Joyful Abundance course a couple years ago. And she, in her testimonial, because I have some live video testimonies that you can listen to and hear in their own words. In one section of it, she kind of breaks down tearing up and crying because she just realized, oh my gosh, it was so awful, feeling so fearful that she was going to places and she didn't even realize it of, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next? How am I going to get out of this? You know, is another client even become, can I even make this work? And so in the testimonial, she kind of breaks down and she's like, oh my gosh, it felt so good to be free of those fears. And she really turned things around quickly. She is a high achiever, and she was able to use the technique that I use of envisioning. And she envisioned this different stuff, and every single thing she envisioned came true. It was super cool. And if you want, you can listen to her testimonial. And I love Courtney, but we're gonna skip her. We covered her yesterday. Oh my gosh, Francine, that was a beautiful story. She took the class, and her biggest thing that she got from it was the letting go. You can listen to her video testimonial too. She was saying that I knew I had to let go, Sharon. and I'm paraphrasing, I'm not saying it exactly like her. You know, everybody's like, oh, you got to let go. And I knew I had daddy issues, and I knew I had these core money issues that were holding me back, but I didn't know how to do it. And that's where I'm going to start to tell you about the parts that we have in this class. You have these foundational hypnosis recordings that you're going to get to help you release that mental junk, to fast forward the release, because you can know how to do it. You can have the life experiences and the wisdom, but not be following it. Have these old limiting patterns of thought. And that's where we're going to focus on the first module, is letting go and releasing that mental junk from the past, opening up the space so that you can see the hidden gems and wisdom that you have and bring it forward and use that wisdom that every single one of us has within us. Even though I know I've heard again and again clients say, I don't think so, Sharon. If I have that wisdom, it's hidden really deep. But they do, just like, you know, fixating on what could go wrong doesn't serve you. That we really do have that wisdom. And then in the every single module, it works and builds on each other so that you're getting foundational pieces that's going to help you go even further. Kind of, I equate like building a house on a foundation. If you only have a 300 square foot foundation, you're not going to build a 3,000 square foot home on it. It's not going to work out for you. So that's a big part of this. And then in module 2, we're going to focus on enjoying the present so that you can start to live more fully and enjoy all the blessings that you have now. And I have seen it again and again, people that think, I don't have anything in life, Sharon. I have just liabilities and terrible people in my life. I promise you, you are going to be able to find blessings. And from that place, when we start to go to appreciation, we open ourselves up to receive and allow in even more. We start to not only, we move away from a victim mentality to instead of the glass is half empty, the glass is half full. And that's going to make all the difference. And it's going to pre-pave the way for new patterns of thought that are going to line you up for more abundance in your life. And then I love this one. This one is super fun. Then we start to envision more, go to more expansive places, go to mantras like, oh, I know it's coming. Things always work out for me. Oh, it's already taken and done. So it's a feeling of we leverage the support of that higher power, that infinite intelligence, that benevolent and loving universe to work on our behalf, where we all of a sudden start to see, because we feel safe, we feel accepted, we have that sense of well-being where we don't have to prove ourselves, so that we can be open to allow in support and receive. And how I'm going to deliver these beautiful changes, how I'm going to support and help you out. Oh, I guess we don't get there yet. I don't even know my own sales page, but my beautiful details page. Let's see. Let's fast forward. Oh, there we go. We are at it. Okay, so we're going to have 2-hour weekly joy shops. So that's 6 altogether. And I know that can seem like a lot. You can come live or you can get the replay. And there's different ways you can do this course. It's all recorded so that you can make this course go for 3 months or 6 months, or do it over a year's time. So you can make this work for you. But again and again, people who have come live to the Joy Shop say, oh my gosh, it went by so fast, because it feels, as Joanne would say, it feels like this vacation. It's so nurturing and loving. And then the other key element is you get 6 downloadable hypnosis recordings, these foundational recordings to help you override that old thinking, those patterns that sabotage and trip you out, to help you let go of that mental junk and to soak up new ideas and beliefs that resonate and are in harmony for you. And people say, I don't know, how long are these hypnosis recordings? They're from 30 to 45 minutes. And I remember Joanne, who did the course, she was kind of reluctant to, I don't know, Sharon, you need to make shorter ones. That's too long. Well, you can do sleep hypnosis, so you can just fall asleep to them at night. And I've got it set up so you can listen to them on a YouTube channel that's private, in the private portal. You can download them, because in this course, you're going to have lifetime access. And then, I mean, what could be easier? Just relaxing into your well-being, listening to a hypnosis recording, take a nap with one. Another, Francine, she shared how she would clear clutter out or do chores and listen to it. And then one of the bonuses that you get, so the course is valued at $1,200. The Facebook group is valued at $333, because you're getting more than just the support. That I'm going to come in and out of it weekly, and I'm going to post 5 times a week with live hypnosis meditations that are short, so that you can fit them into your day from 5 to 15 minutes. I'm going to give tutorials and guidance so that it's going to enhance the course and make it even better. And then you're going to get an abundance attracting journal. And what that means is it can help you to really keep it on the forefront of your mind. You can set a timer for like 5 minutes to 10 minutes and just stimulate that joyful thinking. Stimulate that feeling of noticing and appreciating all the blessings that you do have in your life. Noticing how you do get what you want. Because so often we notice what we haven't gotten instead of, oh, that's right, I wanted that and I got it. We think, oh, I already got that. I don't want to focus on it anymore. I'm focusing on something else. And this can be a beautiful tool to stimulate and get that pattern of thought happening and to open yourself up to even more. And it can encourage you. You can go back to it. It's online. It'll be available during the 6 weeks. And after the 6 weeks, you can keep up on that on your own. You can write an email to yourself every day. You could just journal it or do it when you got up in the morning. So you're going to get the $33 prosperity journal, the $333 Facebook group, and the $1,200 course, which is a real world value of $1,566. And you get it for the $697 or 6 payments at $127. And for the people that aren't really sure if they want to do this, I also have a 14-day risk-free guarantee, so that if you're not sure, if you show up, but I do ask, because I really want people that are going to do this course that, oh, I'm just going to sign up and I'm just going to download this stuff so I can get some freebies. I want people that are really going to do it and go for the change. So I ask you to show up for 14 days to really fully participate, to give it your all, but to feel at peace about, it's like, okay, I did the hypnosis recordings. I showed up for the joy shops, or I listened to the replay. And if you think, oh my gosh, this isn't working for me, this isn't what I want, beautiful. Just let me know within a couple days after the 14 days, and we'll get together and I'll just ask you questions to make sure you really did fully participate. And then I'll gladly refund your money, because I know how it is. You don't know, especially if I'm an unknown element for you. So there you go. I hope I went 5 minutes after or 3 minutes after, but I hope that I have some of you come join me, that you can go to the page, and if you're ready to buy, you can just go to my website and do buy now. And this is what you're going to see. You can do the payment plan, or you can save money, and you can also get the bonus for the 3 months of the membership. All right. Okay, so the next thing is go out and enjoy your life, practice the tools. And I'm going to be sending an email to the lucky winner. That's what I'm gonna do next. As soon as I get off this call, I'm gonna gather up all the different names, make sure that I put them in the hat, and we're gonna pick that out. And then I'm gonna email the lucky winner first, and then I'm gonna post in the Joy space and let people know. And then on the replay that I send out to those of you that signed up for the live class, you'll see the lucky winner and you'll get the replays. All right. Any beautiful takeaways, Crystal, something that you particularly liked? I hope you're even more excited about possibly winning the Joyful Abundance course. I know you're super busy. So in the course, I talk about 3 paths that you can take, because for you work, so you couldn't necessarily go to the live joy shops, but
Oh, I'd make time.
oh, I love that, because you work from home. So
I do. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm going to do my practice. I'm so grateful to have a flexible job.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Yeah. Appreciation is such a beautiful tool. Do that self-hypnosis and appreciate. All right. I think that was a nice takeaway. Yeah, go to appreciation and use self-hypnosis. All right. Thank you all who joined me, and I hope to see some of you in the Joyful Abundance course. If you have more questions, feel free to reach out to me. Again, it turns out you have till tomorrow to sign up for the course, and I'm going to honor that. I think I said till 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time. And so reach out to me, spenceandhypnosis@gmail.com, or connect with me in Facebook, and I will get back to you and we can set up a time to talk on Zoom. So wave goodbye. We're going to end the live stream. We're going to stop the recording.